tutorial on Dit Gossips and how I play this tune. It's a nice, easy little reel in D, really lovely. And so I'll just walk us through the different parts. You can hear this lovely fire truck going by. And we're going to start on the open D string. And it just walks up the scale there, which is really nice. And then we just kind of rock on a D chord, which is nice and easy. So we're kind of just walking up the scale and hitting the D chord, which is the F sharp and A, and then hitting, that's an A chord. So we're basically just going from a D chord to an A chord. So here's the D chord. It's going to be F sharp and open A. And then the D chord, or sorry, the A chord is going to be A and E. So we're just going from this, F sharp and A, to E. Going back and forth. So I love this tune because it's really just like a couple really common riffs just mushed together. So here we go. Let me show you again. Walk up the scale. Got that kind of rip bowing right there. Pa. Really pull it and then slur on the up bow. Let me do that one more time. And then we've got right here, I usually actually go down bow on this E, and we do a roll on the E. Let me do that again. And that's a 1-3-1-0 roll. And then we have that same slur of the F sharp to G that we had in the first phrase. So we go roll on the E, and then it's the same. That again where we hit the A chord. Let me do the first two phrases together. Here you go. 1, 2, 3. And then we do go to the same thing from the beginning. Now here is the sort of tricky part. You're just going to hop up to the A string and to the note C sharp, and then we do. And I like doing a roll on the third finger, and sometimes it sounds good and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see. So it's just a scale and an arpeggio. You're walking up from C sharp to G. And then when you hit the G, you arpeggio back down. Or actually go back up to the E. So there you go. Nice and easy. Let's do it again. This is just the last phrase starting on C sharp. Ready, set, here, you try it. A thing that makes the bowing pattern really loop on itself is I add one little extra up bow note right at the end. So we have this roll on the third finger. We go rip the D, and then roll the D, and then go up bow again. There, that's my sneaky. And then you're down bow again for the beginning, which is nice. So let me show you that ending, and then I'm going to go back and loop and play the whole first part again because it just repeats. So here you go. Starting on C sharp. 1, 2, ready, go. spot's probably the hardest little spot. So let me break it down what exactly happens when we go from the A part to the B part. Okay, so we're done with the A part now. So as you can tell, so I'm moving this on the floor so I can move over a little bit. As you can see, the A part is actually pretty straightforward. Got some scales, got some arpeggios, rocking the D chord and the A chord, life is good. Now the B part is actually, once you get there, it's a really common riff as well, but getting into it's a little bit weird, and I kind of there's a funny thing that happens with the left hand. So you're going to want to, once you rip the D the second time, keep that D there when you go to the E string, because you're going to come back to it right there for a little D chord. So we go rip, this is the end of the A part, and I do that same little up bow thing again. So like I did an extra up bow to go back to the beginning of the A part, I also do that extra up bow to take me into the B part. So let me show you that ending, and then getting into the G chord, because we're going to then rock on this G chord. And just, that's pretty easy, and you've probably heard it before. So let me show you just the transition, and then I'll show you that first rockin' on the G chord, and I'll break it down. So here we go, the last rip and roll of the A part. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so you can see right there, I put the G chord down as a little block. So I had my D chord as a block, which is this. So I have that shape, and then I go to G. And then I'm just adding the A and taking away the A, okay? So again, here's the D chord block, and then we go to G. So practice that a few times. Switch. Go back. So I have third finger and first finger for the D chord, having D and F sharp. Go to G, and back. Switch. One more time. Switch. Sweet. Once those shapes are comfortable, this part's really easy. All right? So I'll go again from the last rip and roll of the A part, and then we'll go into the B part. Here we go. 1, 2, not too fast. Rip, push. Okay, so there's the whole B part, all right? Let me break it down a little bit. If you've been playing some Irish tunes before, you'll notice that those are just really commonly used riffs, so you might have already caught it. Let me break it down, though, for those of you that were like, whoa, that was too fast. So we started with the G chord. So we're just going back and forth, really. And then there's a little bowed triplet in there on the G. So we go. Oh, sorry, the bowed triplet's on the B of the G chord. I would recommend slurring out of that triplet there. So you go, and you slur down bow. You don't often slur down bow, but that's one spot coming out of the triplet that you will often slur down bow. So let me show you that again. And don't be afraid to let those crunch. They're supposed to be like a percussive sound, not necessarily a beautiful triplet. And we're going to do it again. It comes back down, so. And you can either just go back and forth. That's a nice thing to do right there. And then sometimes I like adding a slur in the middle. From the B to the A. Like that. That's really pretty. Okay? So let me do that again for you with a slur. Ready, and. And then we go on a scale. And then we just do a little, it's kind of a roll, but more just like a little running pattern. And you have some more of that variolage string crossing stuff, and it's really easy this time. Instead of the G chord, then we just have an A chord. Open strings and first finger. So you can do the same two bowing patterns, either just back and forth or with that same slur, okay? So let me show you that second phrase and we're almost done. Okay, that's with all those slurs in there. If you want to do it separated, it would be... You can kind of mix it up between those two. You know, however many slurs you feel like adding in is great. All right. Yeah, and it goes right back. Okay, sweet. So let me start from the beginning of the B part and go really slowly. 1, 2, ready, try it. Arpeggio, A arpeggio, G chord, and then we do the ending for the first part, and that's it. Okay, so that's the whole tune. All right, I'll play through it, the whole tune. I'll play through the B part, nice and kind of medium tempo. Then I'll play through the whole tune medium, and then the whole tune a little faster, and it'll be done. Here we go. Let's try it. So B part, starting from this G chord. Actually, let's start from the transition. So we'll start from the rip and roll of the A part. If you can, let me do that a little better. Here you go. 1, 2, ready, and rip it.